Hi, I'm Jeff Giuliana, repair technician at Progressive Music. I normally work on band instruments, but today we're going to be going over the basic do's and don'ts on your string instrument. Here we have a violin and viola. They're very similar in size. I'm going to show you how to do things on the violin, and I'll show you the viola because they are just about exactly the same for what you're going to need to do. Open the case up. You'll notice in this one it has a nice cloth. Some of yours will not have this. Take off the cloth, throw it outside of the case. You can see the violin is velcroed into the case, securing it so it only can move just a little bit. Each one of these cases are molded just for those particular instruments. Some instruments don't fit in some cases due to the shape of the instrument. They're all a little different. Here we have the bow. The bow is braced in here with a little bracket on this side and a switch over here on the side. Take the bow out. Be very careful to take the bow out. You'll notice when you take the bow out that the hair is not straight across. It is soft. Now try as hard as you can not to actually touch the hair of the bow. The oils in your fingers will damage the hair, and eventually the hair will need to be replaced. That is normal, but the less you touch it, the less often it needs to happen. To tighten your bow, you spin this little piece right here. And like I said, before you put it in your case, always loosen the bow. Always loosen the hair. We'll put that away for now. And click that in so it can't go out, can't come out anywhere. Next, we are going to take out the violin. You can see here the violin has 4 pegs, and on this particular model it has 4 fine tuners. Sometimes on the violin you only have a fine tuner on the high E string. Now your teacher should be the only person to tune these instruments for the first few years until you learn how to do it properly. So please do not try to turn these pegs, and do not try to turn these fine tuners. If you do learn how to use the fine tuners, always unwind them the entire way out before you put away the instrument. Loosen the strings up. Now if your violin gets dirty, you get some rosin on there from your bow, which we'll go over here in a little bit. Take it to the repair shop, or please just use a dry paper towel to try to get off the rosin. Don't use any kind of cleaners you have at home, because the cleaners you have at home can and will damage the finish of the instrument. These instruments are very, very valuable and very delicate. If you ever hear a rattle around in your instrument, it sounds like something's loose moving around in there, it's probably the sound post that came loose. The sound post is a little piece of wood that goes from the top of the body to the bottom of the body, and it helps with the pitch of the instrument. That will need to be taken to your repair shop to be put back into the proper place. Putting your violin back into the case, get your Velcro straps loosened up here, separate. Just place the violin in the case, strap it in so it can't come out, and that's how you put your violin back in the case. And now we're going to go over the viola. You can see this viola has a cloth in the case also. You can see the viola is typically a little bit larger body, but everything else, as far as maintenance and daily things you need to do and don't, are the same on the violin as they are on this viola. Put it back in the case. And now we're going to go over rosining the bow. To rosin the bow, you take your bow out, get your rosin. Take your bow, your rosin, and you just do a couple strokes, whole way down, whole way up, the rosin lightly touching the bow. There will be dust, so you want to do it away. You don't want to do it over top of your instrument, over top of your case. Do it over top of the floor to keep the dust off of the instrument. Alright, and here we have a cello. You can see here the cello is also the same as the violin and the viola as far as the 4 pegs and the 4 fine tuners on this model. Sometimes, like I said, you won't have the 4 fine tuners. Sometimes you won't have any on a cello. Rosining the bow is the same thing. But the only difference we have on a cello, set this down carefully, we have a floor peg on a cello. Floor peg, you play a cello sitting down, the floor peg obviously goes onto the floor and you adjust it for your height. When you go put the cello away, you don't want to leave it out the whole way. You always want to put the floor peg the whole way in and tighten up the nut so it can't go anywhere. And that is how you take care of your string instruments. I'm Jeff Giuliana at Progressive Music. Thanks for watching.